Hey, what's up everyone? I've been meaning to do a video on this for a while, but I just got around to it, and I'm going to do that video now. Do you remember the TV program Arthur? The TV show Arthur being canceled, or at least ending, a few years ago. I remember Arthur ended just a few years ago, and then I recently noticed it was back on. And I seen online that they had a lapse in programming for a few years. And I was like, oh, okay, so they canceled Arthur for a little while. They had a lapse in programming, and then they brought the show back and started airing new episodes in around 2015, I believe. And I noticed for about 3 years. Yeah, since 2012, there was a gap, it said, to 2015. And I thought, oh, okay, so I guess they brought Arthur back. And then, as of a few months ago, just even sooner, after I looked that up, I find out that Arthur has continued for 20 years straight. And they recently celebrated their 20th anniversary of the show. So apparently Arthur they've celebrated 20 years of Arthur on PBS Kids. And I feel like I would have known. Now, obviously, we all make mistakes and we all don't pay attention to everything all the time, but being as big of a fan as I have always been of Arthur growing up, I always watched Arthur, and I loved the show, and still watch it today for nostalgia, and just for the fact that it's a good show, in my opinion. It's a good cartoon. Has a lot of good lessons, and has a lot of good morals and everything, and they have a lot of... It's just a good show. And it has more substance than most TV shows and cartoons. Children's programs, anyway. But mainly because it's just nostalgic to me, and I watched it growing up after school, and during my school years, I watched it growing up, so it gives that nostalgic feeling. But I remember Arthur, that's what happened to me. I remember Arthur being canceled, and then they brought it back. 2012 to 2015, there was a gap, about 3 years. And then I seen on Wikipedia, I believe, and other websites that they canceled it, and then they brought it back. And I thought, oh, okay, so that's why the show ended for a while, and then that's why I didn't see any new episodes online or on TV. I was like, I was wondering, because I thought they canceled Arthur, but also a part of me remembers them canceling it, ending the show a lot earlier than that, like before 2008 or 9 even, but maybe not. But I'm certain about the, excuse me, I'm certain about the 2015 in my memory, but I remembered it ending, and then they canceled it and then brought it back, or something like that. And then I found out recently, within the past few months, that the show has continued for 20 years straight, and they're still airing episodes of Arthur on PBS Kids. The latest episode was season 21. They're in their 21st season this year. Season 21, episode 2 aired October 24th, 2017. The Master Builders parts 1 and part 2. So, that was the latest episode, 2-part episode to air. So, do you all remember Arthur being canceled and then coming back? Or do you remember it how it shows now, as to have always been going 21 years straight now? Do you remember them? Do you even remember this change happening that I remembered, where you found out that they canceled it for 3 years and it came back, and then you find out a couple of months later that it's always been for 20 straight years, 20 years they've been going? Do you also, I also remember something happening to Mark Brown, which Mark Brown is the author of Arthur. Arthur. That's interesting to say several times. But anyway, yeah, it feels like I remember creator Mark Brown, because he would come on after some of the episodes I remember growing up, or I remember after school. Let's see, I think they did that back when I was in elementary school. I believe after school I seen these specials they would have right after Arthur where he would draw some of the characters. And I feel like I remember an In Loving Memory thing where he passed away, or where he died. That's the way it feels, and that might have been why they ended it. But now he seems alive and well, apparently, and nothing happened. So the show has been going all of this time, and there's never been a lapse of programming, and they've never canceled the show, never ended it. It's continued all of these years, and it's in its 21st season. So anyway, share your memories with me. I know a few other YouTubers have talked about this, but I wanted to share my memories regarding Arthur. And yeah, it was always one of my favorite programs growing up, and I always loved watching Arthur. Still do. That gives that nostalgic feeling of childhood, and just a pretty good show. But yeah, I mean, a few other YouTubers discussed that as well, and I wanted to hear from you all. Do you remember what I remember? Do you remember it ending? Them canceling it? Do you remember anything happening to Mark Brown and finding out they had a lapse of programming for 3 years, and then finding out that it never was canceled, that they have always been airing Arthur for 21 years now? So that's what I remember. That's my memory. That's my memories. I remembered back in 2015, I was like, oh, okay, so they canceled it. I was thinking, I thought they canceled earlier than that, and then in 2015 to 17, I found out there was a lapse of programming, and they canceled it, I thought. Then this year, a couple of months ago, I find out it's been going for 21 years now, and they celebrated their 20th anniversary. Anyway, probably gone on a little long here. I'm going to go ahead and end it here and say much love to you all. Please share your memories with me regarding this or any other ME that you would like to discuss, or really anything that you'd like to discuss. Feel free to do so. Much love to you all. Peace, and I hope to see you again very soon. Bye.